All right, so yesterday we ran into a snag. If you remember, or those of you that watched it, the crank pulley, stay. The crank pulley is very, very tight. And if you try to break that loose, it just spins the motor. So the fix to that is a tool like this, which I went out and rented because I'm not gonna buy one for a one-time use out. This holds this gear still. So it hooks into here, into the like little spokes, and then the handle like rests on this or up here. I don't really want it to rest on that. Anyway, it rests on something so it won't spin. It just holds it still. And then I can put all my might and muscle into trying to break that loose. So here's to hoping that this was a very quick fix. As far as this tool goes, can't really see it, but you adjust it up and down like this, and it has these little notches that go into the teeth of the gear, so it has to go on the outside of the gear. So yesterday when I joked about just pulling the timing belt off, well, I had to pull the timing belt off, otherwise this wouldn't fit on. So I'm gonna put it right meow, and see how that does. And this one, I think you gotta be careful that it doesn't spin, which it held it dead still. Because I'm assuming now that the timing belt's off, if the cams spin, it might collide inappropriately. I don't know, I'm just guessing. Green shade tree mechanic here, whatever you wanna call me. But I'm assuming you don't want these spinning individually, because then it will cause issues. But that was pretty simple. The VBTI gear looks a little scary. Ta-da! But I just have, it looks like 5 bolts that might get it off. We'll see. Whoa! Does that come off or no? I don't know this. Kinda. Maybe this wasn't supposed to come off. I may have messed up my VBTI gear. I don't know if I was supposed to pull that front off. Maybe I was just supposed to undo this front bolt to get to the one on the inside without taking this off. But who knows? Anyway, all right, so I think I may have gotten ahead of myself. I undid the front of the VBTI gear, which it's right there. I don't know that I should have done that, because I have to get this undone, which there's a cap on the front of that you can undo and access this bolt. But now, that one was pretty easy. Held still because of the tool. This one doesn't matter because this doesn't hold it still. I need to hold this from spinning. When I try to crank that, it starts to spin the cam. Now that everything is not connected, there's gonna be some colliding happening inside the head with the block and bent valves and all that fun stuff that's not very fun. I got myself into a little pickle. See, this is why you phone friends or you have an expert here with you. Otherwise, you run into situations like this where you have to It's very butt clenching because I don't want to ruin anything, but I have to get it off. And this is why car projects take so long. Let's see what we can do. So for now, until I figure out how to fix my error, I'm just gonna start pulling off the valve covers and anything I can before I finally address this issue. My stupid mistake, or just my, not really a mistake, but I don't know how to do it correctly. This is first time I'm doing it without my hand being held, so this is how you learn. Sometimes not the best way to learn, but it is one way to learn. And just like that, all the valve cover hardware is gone. Now I just have to peel those up and we get a look at the pretty cans. Something I have found that has helped me a lot, tremendously in the past, is bagging up hardware and labeling it. I've lost a lot of hardware by not doing that. Now I don't think I'll need to like pry it up because it's, oh yeah, it's coming loose. Well, there we go, except for I lost one. This was not the stubborn side, and now it's stuck. There we go. All right. Valve cover number 1. And, ooh, this one seems a little more stuck. Might need a little help on this one. Just a little nudge where there isn't a seal. Maybe. Oh, you know what? It's because I missed a bolt. It helped to get all the bolts, Jared. To be fair, it was hiding under this fitting that goes to the catch can, so not entirely my fault. Now maybe it'll come up. Unless I'm missing another one. No, no. We should be good. It's just, oh, no! I heard that piece fall, but it didn't go all the way to the ground. That one I see. This one I still see. Valve cover number 2. So there you have it. That is what your cams look like when you take the valve covers off. Looks good, nice and clean in there. I think I may have a workaround to not damage the motor. I don't know, I'm just guessing. I have not asked anybody, but I'm gonna take off everything. So I'll get rid of that. I'm gonna take off the VVTi sensor. I'm gonna unbolt this like black bracket, and I might be able to pull the entire head off with it all just still attached. And then that way, I can get it undone without it colliding with the pistons and stuff like that, or bending a valve or something. So we're gonna try that and see if it works. That was easy. I feel like there should have been a gasket in between this water neck and the head. I guess not. It never leaked. Or am I just, got it. Well, my guess was wrong. I do need to remove the cams to get to the bolts because they are underneath the cams. I mean, it looks like I could maybe, no, there's no way. So, I might be in trouble. This video might be all just solving Jared's problems. This is why you need somebody here to hold your hand if you don't know what you're doing. guessing gets you into predicaments like this. Wish me luck. Ooh, that's a fancy bolt. Check that bolt out. Has that little filter on the end? That's fancy. Heyo. So that was a mess. Those bolts were full of oil that smelled wonderful. Like old burnt oil. All right, I think at this point, I can just take these off on top of the cams and the cams will come out. Oh, I gotta take off the top of that. But after this, I should be able to access those head bolts or head studs. But I think it's looking at like ARP head studs. It's like one of those 12-point sockets that we need. I don't think I have those. So this video might have to be continued until I purchase one or borrow one, and then we will finish up pulling the head on Tuesday when I have another day off, which is the day that I'm taking it in to 2JZ Motorsports anyway. So it might work out just fine. But if you ever see a car person and see all the tools they have and the random tools and some of the tools they only use once ever, and you wonder how do they get all these tools? Like, why do they purchase all these tools? This is why. I've never needed a 12-point, and now I need a 12-point, so I'm gonna have one. When will I ever use it again? Well, when I put the head back on, that's probably about it. That's why car people have so many random tools. Let's get these cams out and then probably call it for the night so I can go grab that tool. All right, and as far as taking these off with my phone a friend for the evening, Dan, he's telling me make sure I just start from one end to the other, go slow, make 3 to 4 passes, paying attention to the lobes that are facing down, that are putting tension or pressure on these caps, and to go really slow on those. So, see, this is how you learn. You just text your buddies that know how, and then you try it on your own and hope you don't fail. Now that I've gone through and I've loosened up all of them in order evenly, they're now all like finger loose, so I'm just gonna use this to make it quick to go the rest of the way. Theoretically, these should now all just come right off. Do I want to keep them in the same order? I don't know. Maybe. I will keep them in the same order just in case, because I have a feeling I'm going to need to. So at this point, I feel like the cams can just come right out. I'm just hooked to anything. It gets hooked by one more. I feel like there's another bolt somewhere, because that's super loose. Maybe not because it's... yeah, where's this hooked? More puzzles. Little cheat code. You can hold the cam with a crescent wrench while you get that front thing undone. All right, guys, we're gonna take a brief pause. I'm gonna get the tools I need so I can get the head studs off. I also am running into an issue. I thought I'd be able to pull the cams with the gear attached, but this black plate here, this one right here, is preventing me from pulling it all up together. I got all bolts off except for there is a bolt right behind this gear that we didn't think about, so I need to get to that, which means I need to undo this, which means I need something with more torque than my muscles can handle. I was even inside the engine bay trying to get it undone. I have this that would probably work, but it's a 1/2 inch drive. But this is too small for a 1/2 inch drive. I don't have the adapter. I remember breaking it last year, 2 years ago maybe, helping someone with something and it broke. So I'll probably get a little adapter so I can use the air ratchet because that thing has like 450 pounds of torque. Should be able to get that undone, but we'll see. Anyway, quick pause. Come back to it tomorrow or Tuesday because I work tomorrow, so I probably won't be able to get these tools and stuff until Tuesday. So I'll see you guys Tuesday. All right, unpause. We're back. Day 2 of yesterday. I went out and got this little adapter piece for my impact gun because I needed a 1/2 inch to 3/8 because my little hex tool that was fitting that VVTi gear is 3/8 drive, and I don't have an adapter because I think I mentioned I broke it a while ago. Anyway, I did end up loosening. I did end up getting this loose with the help of that crescent wrench and this lovely impact wrench. So, air tools for the win. So I'm sorry I didn't show it, but it was actually super simple, or super easy and quick. I literally just hit it once, 450 pounds of torque, undid that bolt, or I guess nut, bolt. And now we can take the cams out, and I got a 10 millimeter 12 point, I think they call it double hex or something, for the head bolts. The OEM head bolts, so I'm gonna get those out, pull the head, and tomorrow we can drop everything off. So let's get the head out now. Finally, this is like 3 videos in of me saying we're gonna get the head out. Maybe 4. Anyway, let's do it. All right, in the process of learning how to take off this gear, I'm sure I screwed it up. So honestly, I know I probably don't have to, but I'm probably just going to buy a whole new gear. I know these are serviceable. Maybe I'll see if I can get it fixed or put back together correctly. But I might buy a new one anyway just to be safe because that's how I am. And my battery's dying, so let's get another battery. So now that the VVTi gear is out of the way, there is one more bolt that was hiding behind it to get this plate off. Hallelujah. Hello, let go please. I'm gonna get the cams out of the way. Ooh. Anybody need a cam? Stock JZ cam? I got 2 of them. Real quick. Oh, well, now it's easy with the cam out. All right, so anything with the head, I feel like you want to do real slow and like one at a time, in order, make a few passes. Don't just undo the whole thing in one go because you want it as even as possible. You know what I should do at this point? Drain the oil. Yeah, I haven't done that yet. Don't judge. Okay guys, moment of truth. Is it, oh, I still need to take that hose off in the back. Heater hose, okay. Let me get that off real quick, and then it'll be moment of the truth. Okay, moment of truth, take 2. Can Jared just lift the head off and break his back? Are these heavy? I feel like they're not terrible on their own. When in doubt, just remove the bolts completely, because they wanted to keep snagging, so hopefully that made it easier. Clear a path, and 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah. Hey, the head has been removed. This has been the goal since the beginning of these videos. And since then I've made lots more plans, but the head is off. Now it can get built. And I can take this old bottom end and sell it, or build it as an extra. Maybe I'll 3.4 liter stroke this one. Anyway, head's off. After all the struggles, all the sweat, broken knuckles, and having to run to get lots of random specialized tools, I have done it. I have removed the head. Doesn't it look glorious? It looks so good off. Look how clean it looks on the inside. They always look so clean. Bottom end doesn't always look clean. It looks a little rough. Nice and black. But I can get this one all cleaned up, build this one, put the new one in that I've already bought, and then have this as a side project that ends up being a 3.4 liter stroker. I don't know why I keep doing this. 3.4 stroker? Huh? That'd really wake it up and liven it a little bit. Anyway, that's it. Voila! Look at the motor. Look how much progress we're getting. Now I just have to remove all the accessories from the block, remove everything, get this out. I have to disconnect it from the transmission, which I'm getting a different transmission. I don't know if I've mentioned that. I'm getting a different transmission. So if anybody wants a Marlin Crawler built R154 5-speed, I'm probably gonna sell it soon, and add the new transmission. Do I tell you guys what it is? Nope, I'll let you wait. That's it. I think that's a good stopping point for this video. We successfully pulled the head. It feels so good. Very nerve-wracking. Since I'm what did I call myself earlier in the video? Shade tree mechanic. I'm a shade tree mechanic. I tinker and get myself into trouble. I don't know how to do a lot of this stuff with like the internals and the heads and everything. I can dress the outside of a motor just fine and take it apart and put it back together. But when I'm cracking open the block, the long block, this is unexplored territory for me. So hopefully those of you that are watching that saw me do things incorrectly are letting me know how to do it correctly in the comments down below. And you can talk some crap on me too, that's okay. But I'm learning, we're learning. Anybody else that's watching that has my skill level, we're learning, right? This is great. Anyway, that's it for today. That's huge progress for me. I don't know, I'm just happy that we got to this point. And just in time to bring the heads into 2JZ Motorsports tomorrow morning. So I'm gonna drop that off tomorrow morning so those can begin. I know the bottom end's already built, so I just have to wait for the heads. So in the meantime, we'll just work on pulling the rest of that out, because I do need to strip that entire engine bay. But if you're still liking the videos, again, give me those thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button. Flame me in the comments if you want. If I'm doing something wrong or cringy or you think I'm an idiot, let me know. Let me know down below. I love seeing the comments. Any comment is a good comment, even if it's a bad comment. I will see you guys probably tomorrow. Yeah, I'll probably, maybe the next day. We'll see. I'll see you then.